Is that a sneak peek? Are you giving us the sneak peek? Alright. You're funny. Well, I was saying that we'll get to that here in a minute. I thought we might do a little sneak peek of what to expect for that. Otherwise,
There you go.
Yeah, we broke the ice already. Got it from you first. Hey, so welcome back. Never mind the banner at the bottom. That's gonna go a little off. We're going to be Diablo tonight. Sorry to say.
Like a bird without a feather.
So, we did a draft. This is the draft zone. In the draft zone, we had Annie going first, followed by Kingston, and Kat was third. Fourth was Michael. Fifth was Tiffany, and sixth was myself. I think it's at the top here. I honestly was not happy with my draft, and when I reflected on it, I was even more shocked. And then when I watched it, I was even more horrified by how my draft went.
Funny thing is, I chose all of my people for that based on.
You know I'm lost without your love.
Which is
They
interesting.
made sense.
So my athletes were the right athletes for the job, just not the right quality of athlete, the right kind of athlete.
You know I need your
No,
love.
it's not a bad thing. Every single one of them had
Maybe you
every
did.
single event. I think they were the right.
When your strongest athlete is Jason Flopper. I mean, no, hats off to Jason. He is definitely a hard
Are
worker.
you talking about Hopper?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I know.
That's mean.
But I had the J team for the men and the A team for the women, and they were not the top class A. I was actually shocked that me and the Barnhart did not qualify for the CrossFit Games.
Are you sure?
I am 100%. That's where I was like, I think she placed 13th or 15th.
Just like a bird.
So she was like third out of qualifying. Yes. Haley Adams was back. She did great. So that was cool.
You know I'm lost without your love.
And you had Kingston, who had the fittest man last year, and then you had, well, she wasn't the fittest woman last year. She took last year's CrossFit Games off, but she showed up for Rogue and completely stopped everybody, suggesting that she probably could have been ready for the CrossFit Games. I guess mom's strength could be a thing. Mommy's strength. See, in chat here, I got dad power for just getting done in the game. So that is a thing. Parent strength, I guess. Roman Krenikov, he did okay, right?
Roman, I didn't even see him compete.
You could beat it.
Did he make it?
Most notable, I would say Taylor Self. He's very, I guess, in the non-CrossFit HQ scene of things. So if you follow other podcasts, he's a little more notable. They have a thing called like, is it Killing Taylor or something, where he does a workout challenge. Anyway, he had a very exciting finish for Kingston, which we'll get into here right now. We'll shift to the event track. You got anything else on the draft? The teams looked balanced going into it, didn't they? Overstep ourselves with the beat. Anyway, yeah, so the teams weren't bad, and we saw that in the scoring all throughout the weekend. We'll jump into the event track here. There was this back and forth between who was in second or third and even fourth. Here's your final scores. I guess we could jump to the podium since we're going to reveal scores anyways. Here's our podium. Kingstonator on top with 805. You didn't see this? Way not fit?
No, last time I heard I was second.
Yep, yeah, and we can analyze that. Way not fit hit 800. Miss Blisters was 796, and Buck Burpees fell down to 723. Clean Jerks had a little bit of a comeback. I was getting destroyed. I was in last place most of the weekend. I ended up finishing 660 for 5th, and Capone actually had his best showing of all time. So Capone usually really struggling for points. This was a phenomenal weekend for him, believe it or not. And he put a lot of athletes in the right spots at the right times. Yeah, there's your podium for the Syndicate Crown. And 6 events. Here you see them now. So these are your 6 events. Got the scores here on the left. Split scores are broken down. We got the men on top and the women on bottom. No jokes needed. Anyway, no, I meant the women on top and the no, I said the men on top and the women on bottom. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. So we got the split score here. It shows you how strong your men were versus your women, or vice versa. You can see it's almost an exact opposite of complementariness. Complementary. What's going on? What happened with your eye? It's literally watering. Why is your eye watering? Did you get the soda in your eye? Oh man. Should we take it? Your eye is watering because you took 5th? 4. Okay. So yeah, on the split score, you can see that Wayne Fit's men were 450, and opposite Kingstonator, who ended up winning it, his women were 450. He had the extra 5 points for the men to edge out Wayne Fit's 350. And you'll see the event breakdowns coming across the side here. So here we had our event breakdowns. Yeah, right. Interestingly enough, you look back last week, and Wayne Fit was getting event wins. She was winning events all over the place, and this one she only won a 97 here with Dawn Pepper and a 94 here with Samuel Cornoy. So overall, her athletes were really strong, and the ones that she was picking, other than this notable 24 from Erica Folo, probably one of her worst events of the whole weekend. She was a lot stronger in the beginning of the weekend, and then there's 49 here from her as well. You got a 46 from Kevin People. So those are her 3 lowest scores. That kind of hurt her in that respect. Otherwise, she just overall picked pretty decent athletes, or her athletes were just in general doing decent. Meanwhile, you have Kingstonator, who came in with 3 pick wins. It's hard to lose when you got Tia Claire Toomey and Jeffrey Adler. He did pick a Jeffrey Adler event where he didn't win, only coming in, I think that's 3rd place for 94 points.
I think.
Well, you're doing really good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it wasn't as good as Dallin Pepper, so that he actually gave up 3 points to somebody who almost beat him by a difference of 5. So it does make a difference. Unfortunately, I told him Austin Spencer was going to be a bad pick here. He did it anyways and pulled out the 6. I don't think he had much of a choice for his athletes in any way. He ended up putting Taylor Self last, which was probably his best bet. As you see here, with the 76, he was able to get the event win. He had the strongest male showing for that one, and this was amazing. I even posted on a YouTube video that interviewing Taylor Self today, and I was saying how exciting it was to have my 11-year-old on the couch cheering, knowing if Taylor's finishing. He ended up finishing 9th in this event, and if Taylor finished better than the other men on the field, including Aston Hatfield, which was his big competitor, he had to get some distance between himself and Austin Hatfield, and he was able to do it. And so the whole house was cheering and excited, and of course Wayne Fit wasn't too happy with how things shaked out, but that was the big finale, and that was enough to get Kingstonator. It was the only time he was in 2nd place, was going into event 6, and with that dominant performance, he was able to come back up and get 1st place. Let's see. Buck Furpies, Buck Furpies, kept fighting for 2nd with Wayne Fit as Kingstonator was taking the lead. Throughout the whole weekend, Kingstonator was ahead, and it was back and forth for Wayne Fit and Buck Furpies.
Yeah, I thought it was first.
Yeah. You were always within 20 points or less. It was always really close. Never took 1st at any point. He was always in 1st until going into event 6, where he was behind Wayne Fit. It was at that point, your Sunday just didn't go great. For some reason, Miss Blisters was just, these are just decent scores all around. She was just steady, hitting 60s and 70s. And that she just slowly came up from out of nowhere and was able to catch up to you. what hurt you was Ben Smith at the end and this Mary Helen
Who else
Saunders.
could I have picked?
Let's see. You would have had Matthias Porter.
Yes, what is it better?
I doubt it. Maybe. But it wouldn't have been enough to make up the difference. I mean, Ben Smith hurt you here, and this Mary Helen Saunders, which I think Elizabeth Wishart was in Heat 3 or Heat 4 possibly. Maybe it was Heat 3. That would have definitely been a better pick for you.
I'm pretty sure Ben.
No, he did not.
Becky Lee.
I think he placed 26 or 32nd, somewhere in there. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's getting towards the end of time for him. Travis Mayer, I think, didn't end up getting points. Yeah, it's kind of how it shaked out. For a while, Vaughn and I were battling back and forth. This is one of my worst showings. And I don't really know what to say. One thing I really screwed up on, if you look at this, I got a goose egg here. So I got 0 points here. I was going through the athletes listings and updating the scores, and if I had to just scroll down, if I would have scrolled down like just a little bit, I would have saw that there was that she had withdrawn. So
She withdrew?
she actually withdrew on this event, and had I been paying attention that morning, I could have swapped her out. Any one of these would have got me. Actually, Annika Greer was having an amazing weekend. I think Annika Greer placed second or third in this event. Had I played Annika Greer, I would have been up somewhere in the third.
Not enough, probably.
Well, you throw 90 points on this.
I don't think she was enough. I don't think I was enough for me.
No, she was doing great.
She made it to the game?
She missed by like 1 point. Yeah.
Oh, it was her.
Yeah, the one with she's got blue in her brain. Yeah. So this was one of her. I guess maybe I'm getting confused by this event where she did 91 points here, but she did also had another strong showing in a couple other events. So I mean, let's say even if it was 70 points, that puts me up to 730. And that puts me into that fourth place position. I don't think I would have caught up. Obviously when I talked about 130 points.
Yeah.
So, but it could have been enough to get me out of fifth. And then Jorge Fernandez, just a letdown. I mean,
Great athlete.
yeah, I just don't know what's going on. Both events, I scored super low on him. Marquand Jones, he used to be a solid dude back in the day. I mean, it was fun to watch him. So when the draft was getting down towards the end, I think he's a Clemson football player as well, with Jason Hopper, but I'm not sure. Yeah. I just ended up, at the end of the draft there, I was like, I wasn't sure who to go with. I would have done a lot better with, I didn't say Brandon Luckett, but that was the weekend before.
Hopper didn't let you down.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Hopper did good overall, for sure.
Okay.
That was my best athlete, and Alexis Raptis did great, as expected. Amanda Barnhart was not great all weekend, and she actually won it for me at the end. So those worked out. It was just that zero and Jorge Fernandez and Mark. I mean, if you look at right here, 298 for my men. I'm not far behind, but 50 points is 50 points. That puts me right next to you,
Now you did pretty good. So
Yeah. I said the teams were really close and the scores were close.
Why would I pick Ben Smith? Did I not have like another option?
I think it's kind of like how I went with Marquand Jones. You get towards the end and you're looking at, who do you have that or feel comfortable with. Again, I don't know how this Matthias Porter was going and how he ended up on the team per se. If we go back to, Jack Rosema's ones that's missed. I did look at Jack over Marquand Jones, and if I had gone the J route, that would have been making perfect sense. I mean, Jack Rosema had a great weekend. Tyler Christoffel did pretty good. He was in the top heats. Alex Vigneault, also very great. I think he qualified for the games. Yeah. So those were things. I know he's good. I know he's been to the games. Did I know he was going again? I mean, just the fact that he's been there and Marquand Jones hasn't been, I guess I should have gone somewhere like that. That's where I said with everything going on, wasn't the best draft in my opinion for mine. This gal qualified for the games. Even she couldn't expect it. Chloe Godwin David, she was surprised. And
a lot of people were surprised. Their faces were like, I was like, were you not keeping track of your food?
Yep.
Or do you really, were you really surprised?
Yeah. I don't think she was really counting on it, but she did just enough at the end to make it through that last event. You know, I think is where the difference was. And it was Annika Greer that fell out because she had like a no rep or something. Lexi Neely had a great weekend. I think Lydia Fish did some good things. Same with Rachel Fricker, I thought. And then this Jordan Chefs also did decent. And so we kind of missed some stuff here. I think I even remember them highlighting Carolyn Klutz, and we have a Carolyn Spencer that we didn't touch. So athletes like Logan Fellows didn't do as great. He actually had a very underwhelming weekend. I think she might have. Strong athlete. I think I told Kingston to pick her up for the strength events, and she did do well. And then this one, it's this one of your picks. I don't know why you grabbed that one, but there we go. So that was what happened this weekend. I know we missed out on draft recaps from the last ones, but we also had the draft party, so we briefly touched over it all. Looks like, what is it, August 3rd?
Second week of August.
The second week of August? Okay. Second week of August is the CrossFit Games. I'm coming up with some community engagement sort of things. We're going to come up with some ways. I really want to get more of you guys involved. Really want to get you guys out here. We can even do, I'm cooking up ways that we can make this really fun and engaging and get some of you guys also in. Even if you don't know anything about CrossFit, I want to structure it in a way that if you were to watch, you got a horse in the race and it's fun to cheer on when you got something going. And I want to make it so that everybody can pick their favorite athlete and you're not stuck by the confinements of the draft.
8th to 11th.
August 8th to 11th? Excellent. So there you guys go. CrossFit will kind of hit the back burner. Everybody enjoy their summer. Go out there, get fit, go lift, and we'll be back in August to do the draft. We might even do the draft sooner than that. And we're going to try to get their gym. We're going to throw a real barbecue and a real fun. Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. You want to get the final words? Here's the chant. I was almost gonna tell him to get the heck out of the room, and we're trying to say goodbye. We're literally trying to say goodbye.
Are you guys bragging on my win?
Yeah.
Thank you.
The humble winner, right?
Yours. I am the king. No one will ever beat me.
The king won the crown at the Syndicate Crown. Way to go, Kingston.
Yeah, the king.
Alrighty.
Let's go.
Say goodbye to him, buddy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Can I grab a beat on you?
Yeah, we can do some music sometime. All right, you guys.
Right now.
There's the stream. I'll catch y'all later.